Okay, we'll get started. So we're here again to talk about the Vernon Avenue High 100 Interchange project. I'm Chad Milner, city engineer. We are recording this meeting, and then we will post this to the bettertogetheredina.org website for others to review. So this is meeting number 5, May 29th, 2025. So again, thanks for the patience on the project. The businesses are open and accessible. As you know, if you're in the area, there's noise, dust, vibration, other construction related stuff. Pile driving started yesterday for the Highway 100 bridge, so you might hear that. The new sounds and noises and stuff going on, that's down near Highway 100. Concrete crushing and recycling of the old material will start, it looks like most likely next week. So we're going to recycle all that old material, keep it on site, use as much of it as we can, instead of hauling it off site, bringing back other material. So it's just saving a lot of hauling operations by recycling that on site. And again, a reminder to stop for those pedestrians on the crosswalks and to be courteous to fellow drivers. Around some of those roundabouts, it can get a little tight in one direction. So please take turns and be courteous. These are the project goals. I share that at every one of these meetings. It's really to improve safety and mobility of all users, create those new separated pedestrian routes, improve traffic operations, and all the other bullet points on there. The schedule, we're still on schedule. Nothing has changed substantially from that completion date of November 15th, 2025. If anything changes, we'll be communicating that on the website and at these meetings. And this is just an overview graphic of the project. Just share that every time so people know it starts west of Interlochen Boulevard and goes over to Grange Road on the east side near City Hall. It ties into that project we completed last year. 2 new bridges, one over Highway 100 and one over the CPKC Railroad, with new lane configurations, additional left turns, additional wide sidewalks on both sides of the facility, and then those new on and off ramps to Highway 100, consolidating those access points and removing those conflict points with all the on and offs for the highway that exists today. Better Together Edina website, that is your place to get updates, information. I just posted another update today. We continue to do the Friday reports, emails, press releases, all the different tools we have for communicating that out. These meetings every other week. And then there's some specific business outreach. We currently are on stage 2 from a traffic control standpoint. So that's the map you see in the bottom right corner. The changes there were the on-ramp from Grange to northbound 100 is closed now. You can still access northbound 100 from 50th Street. And then at Gus Young, that is a closure there that started a few weeks ago. And that's shown here. So that Interlochen and the Vernon intersection is free flowing. And then that Gus Young is closed near Edina Liquor Store. They're shown on that graphic. What's occurred the last few weeks? So this is a picture looking towards Devani's, and in the background is Edina Liquor. So you're looking to the west. This is where the Vernon Avenue Bridge over the rail line used to be, and it is gone. So this is a current day picture of that site as they prep for the new bridge. And we removed the Highway 100 bridge. So this is a picture taken at 5 in the morning on that Saturday of the weekend closure. You can see all the operations, no traffic on the highway. Here's some aerial drone footage from that Saturday of the demo of the bridge, some pretty cool photos. The one on the left is directly over operations, and then the one on the right is just showing it from a little panned out view of that Saturday work during that closure. And here's what you're seeing today. So it has been removed, and here's the pile driving operations that started yesterday. So the graphic on the left is the equipment. That's the crane and the driving equipment. And then you can see Highway 100 in the background. Photo on the right is again taken from probably Eden Avenue. You can see that pile driving equipment there on the west side of the highway. Another crane on the center where they can access that area to keep working on the stuff to support the bridge in the middle of that Highway 100. So some pretty cool photos here. We want to provide some updates. So construction details, traffic information. So the Highway 100, the closure, the weekend closure, the north limits of that closure were changed and adjusted by MnDOT without notice to the city. So all the maps we provided were not right. The north limits were different. So they adjusted the closure. Instead of being able to access between 394 southbound to Excelsior Boulevard, they closed it at 394. So I got emails during the day on Saturday of that closure, brought up Google Maps, and sure enough, it was closed. We also been seeing some non-project related lane closures. So Tuesday morning of this week, I-100 is down to one lane. That was creating some major traffic backups. That was a different MnDOT's operation group. The on-site MnDOT staff were unaware of that, and we're trying to track down the details. So Edina, we are asking for better communication between the project partners. So at least give us some warnings. We can communicate that out to the traveling public. Make sure our maps are correct when we do these detour routes and closures. So we've shared that with our project team, and we think that's going to be better going forward. But that's what occurred when the communications were different from what we were telling you prior to the closure, and then even these ones we didn't even know about on Tuesday morning. So trying to track that down and have those details available. Other comments, again, the crosswalk with flashing lights at Eden Avenue at the Avador, continue to be concerned, some pedestrians crossing there. Continue to be courteous to them. If the flashing lights are on, it's required you stop for pedestrians. I would offer, if you're a pedestrian and you don't feel comfortable, use the traffic signal at Vernon. That a hard stop of traffic there. It's not that far away. There is some sightlines issue around the curve that we've tried to address 4 years ago with that property owner, and they were not willing to give us easements to fix that sightline. So we have advanced flashing lights coming. They're on order. As soon as they come, they'll be installed. But right now it's the flashers right at the crosswalk. We have additional crosswalks at Our Lady of Grace Church and School. Be careful there till school will be out very soon. And then we understand and we know there's cars parking on the west side of Wilson Road, south of Eden Avenue. We've restricted that parking starting today. There was a safety issue there. We restricted it until the road is restriped. So we're going to grind up the pavement markings and restripe it with an adjusted center line, shift it over, and a new parking lane. That'll provide better clarification on operations for cars going north and south on Wilson Road. And again, stop for those pedestrians in the crosswalks and be courteous to fellow drivers. Some more pictures. I think it's interesting if you're not right there, you can't see what's happening on the project. So you're looking west in both of these views. You can see the Holiday gas station way in the background. They're both basically at the same location next to Hawthorne Court and those Hawthorne apartments. They're building footings for retaining walls, and that retaining wall will support the noise wall that was removed. So the noise wall will be on top of those retaining walls. You can see one on the left is excavation and compaction. The one on the right, they're getting ready to pour. You can see all the rebar and everything in there. With that, I always share what this is going to look like after the project's complete. So this is a rendering looking west from the off-ramp of 100 looking across the new bridge, and then the view from Highway 100 heading northbound. So with that, I'll stop sharing and I'll see if there's any questions in the chat. Liz is not here today, so I will manage those as I can. So any questions from the 12 people on the call? Somebody typing up something, so we will give that a minute. Ryan has a question. Will the Eden Avenue Bridge be power washed to look nicer? Vernon Bridge is going to look really nice in comparison. Oh, that's a great question. That's a MnDOT owned bridge. We can see what kind of maintenance operations they have scheduled coming up, but that's really a request that we could make to MnDOT and see what their plans are and if they intend to do anything like that. So yeah, they're going to look quite a bit different. There's some rust staining and some other stuff on that bridge. That's what happens when bridges get older. So yeah, great question, and we can ask MnDOT if they have any plans for that. So thanks for the question, Ryan. See, Penelope is typing something up, so we'll just give that a little bit of time. Again, we'll post this recording on the website. We'll post the slides. I think I forgot to post the slides 2 weeks ago, so we'll post both the slides from last time and this time on that website. Again, feel free to reach out directly to me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns that aren't answered as part of this meeting and you don't want to type it in or have time to type it in. Others, Penelope. Okay, over the weekend, the area by the liquor store was open. Will someone please make sure that area is closed off? Yes, we will. That's a safety issue. We see people moving signs a lot on all of our projects. That may be what happened here. So we will try to ensure something is put there that they can't just pull out of the way by hand. Looks like John might have a comment on that one, but we see people moving traffic signs all the time. We have videos of people moving stuff. They drive around them, over and through it. It's really we just got to do a better job making sure those are more secure so they can't just be moved by hand. But we'll check that out. We've also been seeing people driving in the torn up part of Interlochen in front of our store. So Ryan, you're with the holiday store. Yeah, we can check that out. John said, yeah, we noticed the same and we'll keep eye on the signage. So it looks like that intersection there is having some people deciding to off-road a little bit or move some signs. So we'll take a look. We got John and Derek on the call here and we can review that and make sure they're set a little better. So thanks for that feedback. Other questions? Someone, Penelope's typing another one. We'll give it a little time. Will there be more weekend closures coming up? Yes, there will be. Don't know those dates yet, but once we do, we'll communicate those out, let people know when, update our maps. Clearly, we got to fix those maps we published on the first one, make sure we know what MnDOT would like to see for those closures, update the maps, get that out. You'll be seeing some short-term night lane closures to do some work. I know there's some night work scheduled around that, but traffic should still be open for most of those. But yeah, whenever we have a big weekend closure, we'll be giving you updates on when that occurs in advance. Okay, all good questions. Appreciate everyone on the meeting. Again, if you have other ones that weren't answered here, you didn't have time to type them in, just give me a call. Name and numbers on the website, bettertogetheredina.org, and we'll be happy to answer those questions. Appreciate everybody signing in and enjoy the day. Thank you.